Am I live? I haven't said anything in ages. Why am I not? Why am I not seeing? Why am I not? Oh, I can hear myself. Right, that's good. There we go. Just let me tweak this out. There we go. Hey there, Cameron. How's it going? Evening, Vex. Sorry, let me... how's it going? I'm doing quite well, thanks. Thought we'd be back with a bit of BattleTech. Because I was enjoying it yesterday. So, and even though we're insanely poor. I don't think I can do that. In 1.2 million. I'm tempted to try this. What have I got? Oh yeah, shit. I don't think I can do that. Yeah, this Elon drama is quite insufferable. Let's go for this one. I have to say. No, what is it, Stephen? What's the idea? What? Let's see, 3 fucking urban mechs. I guess we'll take the assassin. Well, it's BattleTech, not Mech Warrior.
For today's video,
let's have a look at this spiffing Brit thing then. Cutting my live stream short to maximize audience retention. I didn't think my live streams were very long, to be honest. Well, the thing is, right, it's all... We know exactly how this is going to go. But there's only one direction which this can go at this point, which is that America gets the Canada and Britain treatment. And, I mean, it'll take longer in America, because America's a much bigger place, but India is a much bigger place than America. Shit, I wasn't paying attention to any of that. Yeah, I've got to babysit these urban mechs. Well, that's Commando. Yeah, so the Elon drama is really, really tiresome. Well, I don't think the Americans just understand just how many Indians there are. And the H1B thing is so obvious they cover. Like, Indians are not more talented than Americans, right? It's just not true. Otherwise, India would be better than America. Oh, good shot. Yeah, the lack of grace towards Vivek and Elon is depressing. Like, I tweeted out that, you know, either way, like, Elon's done us all a lot of service. Fuck you. So, we really should at least be decent towards him, if nothing else. Yeah, I tweeted out like a couple of days ago because it was just like, okay, you don't need to be like ultra angry, even if Elon is like totally wrong on this issue. BTA? What's BTA? Yeah, he did. He did say he's at war. Good shot. BattleTech Advanced? I don't know. I haven't tried it. Yeah, the thing is though, they're gonna just end up getting the same treatment we're getting, and so you'll get a chain of nepotism. I mean, it's not a coincidence that like under Rishi Sunak, Indian visas skyrocketed. It's not a coincidence. Yep, Return to Fresh Prince has indeed arrived. But it was like it didn't take Nostradamus to predict that, right? The question is how influential can Steve Bannon be? Because Steve Bannon is an unapologetic nativist, and you can see he's already like hammering Elon on Getter again. Don't know why Bannon isn't on Twitter, but. Okay. We could eject, but I am tempted to go and have a look at whatever that dropship was. Oh, another mech, a big one. Okay. Yeah, Bannon. Oh, fucking hell, what's that? It's not fucking awesome, is it? Yeah, so I don't think the Twitter backlash is AstroTurfed. It's completely ideologically consistent. It's a Thunderbolt. Fuck, it's still quite a problem. It's still ideologically consistent. Let's see if we can knock out its head. No. What was I going to say? Yeah, Thunderbolts are pretty good. The question is, And the question that the right needs to answer and have a convincing answer for is why Americans, or like force the tech bros to answer, sorry, is why Americans should compete with the rest of the world for jobs in America. And the only answer seems to be essentially imperialism. Like, want America to just take over? I don't. And so, like, obviously they shouldn't. It's completely unfair. And like, it's like if you look at these H1Bs, like obviously, janitors, things like that, like accountants. It's like what's going on here? And obviously, it's bullshit. Weirdly, the Indians don't mind this at all. As in, you'd think the Indians would be like, well, why are you stealing all our top talent? It's as if the Indians have kind of given up on their own country. Yeah, why doesn't China bring them in? That's a great question. Ah, fuck. I hope. Shit. I better end my campaign. Oh, yeah, India could. Yeah, firing the machine gun at the end is just teabagging. Yeah. India could do pretty much. I mean, it could do a lot of stuff if it wanted. I just don't know why it doesn't. Man, I'm annoyed about it. I mean, we made 250 grand, so that's not bad. I'm tempted to give this one a go. Should have stopped India before they could take over the Quickie Mart. Now it's too late. Apu will have his back. Yeah. Go on, I'm gonna risk it. I want 1 million. Right, here. You can go to the blackjack. You suck. You can go to the Phoenix Hawk. And you can go to the Enforcer. Yeah, the issue is that Indians tend to be very conformable, and that's something that many people are very the Silicon Valley types very happy with. Democrats and globalists, Republicans want a 7-class beholden to the employer for the place in the country. Legals and HB1, H1B1. Yeah, well, that's what it amounts to be honest. And it's like there's no reason that 99% of the jobs that I've seen being pulled out of this fucking H1B database should be outsourced to foreign countries. There's just no reason for it. Yeah, that's true. Reform Sauron, and again, what will happen is just things just start getting gradually worse, right? And things will change. And the thing is, it's not that Indians are bad people or anything like that. They're not bad people, right? They're just different, and the differences will begin manifesting. they actually cared about merit, no one would even look at India. Yeah, it's cheap labour that will be cooperative. And the thing is, the Indians will be cooperative, and they'll eventually end up running all of these companies, like they are with YouTube, like they are with fucking, you know, there's a list of them that they keep putting around, and it's like, yeah, that seems to be what's going to happen. Oh shit, what have we got there? A Vulcan, right? But again, things will just get worse. Yeah, exactly. Are Microsoft and YouTube getting better? Not by very much. And again, I just want to stress, I'm not saying these are bad people or anything of the sort, because they're not. They just have a particular way of doing things, and it's different to ours. What have we even got over here? Thanks, Joe. I don't feel like a hero, though. Yeah, the previous CEO of Twitter wasn't doing a great job, was he? Because the thing is, they just follow the established rules. And it's like, okay, well, that's great. But if the established rules aren't very good, like required Elon to come in and clean house, you know, actually get stuff done. I wrote them MAGA hyperreactive Elon and Vivek. Yeah, they are. They are. And they are misfiring in the rhetoric, I agree. It's not how I would have approached it. So, fire starter. Good. What do we even have? Okay, yeah, you get that Vulcan if you like, bro. Trebuchet. Fuck, have they got Marauder? Fuck. Yeah, that's going to be a problem. We've got Highlander. A quick draw. I think I'm going to have to pull back. Yeah, the MAGA folks, like, in principle, I just think the H1B is just wrong. I mean, why are you doing this? You know, is the question. But it seems that a lot the American Republicans are definitely committed to it, right? So the rallying cry should be for reform. Say, look, this is being exploited. We should have a limit, and we should have high standards, so we know we're actually getting the best. Yeah, it's something like that, Matthew. They're just often temperamentally just very different to Westerners. I know, because there are lots of Indians in England. Oh wait, I can't see anyone. Okay. You know, we have to deal with a lot of Indians here. Like I said, they're not bad people. They're just different. And they're very aware of their culture, right? Shit, stop getting destroyed. Very, very aware of their own culture. Trump just approved 1 million Indians to America, did he? Swindon is not mostly African. It is not mostly African. Pow, pow, pow. Damn. Look, Highlander, you've got to deal with that Marauder. Yeah. Again, just the streets are going to get messier. That's what's going to happen. Yeah, heat him up. Yeah, that's actually a 5-star's actually a good one to go against the Marauder with. Not a fan of automatically calling someone a rhino when they occasionally do something you don't agree with, but otherwise usually do good. They're allowed to bad takes. Long-term patterns matter. It's impatient and weak. Yeah, I agree. And this is why I said, look, we should be respectful towards Elon, even if we disagree, because Elon has done us a great service.
Yes, Commander.
Fucking grasshopper, man. That's a problem. I love a grasshopper. I think the grasshopper's great. Yeah, no, I agree with you, Reform Sauron. Is that Vulcan really the problem? Yeah, I know. Elon hasn't exactly been kind, has he? I don't ever... did he talk like that about the left? Like, I don't remember if he did. What I enjoyed was Bannon basically dressing down and calling him a toddler. Ah, fucking have it. Which, to be fair, I think he was acting like a toddler. I don't know why he was acting that way either. It's very weird. No, right. No. I can't pronounce Skizzers Brzezinski. Send us an email at contact@loadseas.com. We're posting them out manually because we've been totally fucked around by the distributor. And so we're just using the copies we bought for ourselves and we're just sending them out. So send us an email with your details, and we're not in until the 2nd, but we will get one out that week. And my eternal apologies, man. I'm really sorry. We're changing distributors because they've been a fucking nightmare. So do not give up. But I promise you it will be with you. Even if it's insanely late, which again I'm really sorry about. Fucking 85%. No, it's not Royal Mail. We use a company for distribution, and they were basically not good. We're not going to use them twice, so... Well, we're not going to use them third. They were fine the first time. It's really weird. They were totally fine. Don't know why they decided to act this way for the 2nd time. The 3rd one's not out yet. Although it's going to be good, because I don't want to spoil it, but it's going to be really good. I've been doing something for it. Fuck. Structure exposed, that doesn't sound good. Yeah, maybe they do, I mean... I'm playing BattleTech. I don't think this has got like a multiplayer campaign or anything, which is a real shame because I'd love to play a multiplayer campaign of it. Fuck you, grasshopper. They haven't been terminal for us yet, which is good. Shit, they've got 2 grasshoppers. Fuck, I thought I was shooting the same one. Come on, let's take his head out. That's not his head, but okay, whatever. At least you hit. Good stuff. Yeah, it is weird that that is the case. Look, I feel like I need to just take this fucking thing out for you. Because otherwise you guys can keep wasting volleys on it. It's really annoying. Yeah, Sanders used to. Christmas was good. Just tiring. There's kids. My lowest tier of subscription gives way more value than the others. You should up it. Would happily pay. We'll see. Shit, man. A bit worried about these fucking grasshoppers. We're going to be releasing a few new things in the new year anyway, so I don't want to spoil anything now. Come on, I just want a couple of good headshots. These were not good headshots. Quick draw's getting beasted, isn't it? Ow! Come on, I'm fucking 3 evasion. Come on, boys. Why the spider? Why the spider? Was that the threat, was it? I like Churchill's History of English-Speaking People. Fucking hell, that quick draw's buggered. Ha.
Enemy mech. Critical damage detected. Commander. Let's do this.
Right, buddy, we have got to get the fuck out of here. Damn it! It's not exactly like one-to-one how the board game is. but it's it's a pretty close video game approximation. It feels like BattleTech, so it's fine. Yeah.
Waiting for orders.
Can I? Do I dare try death from above? Go on. Oh, fucking get it.
Critical hit, Commander. My armor's getting stripped off.
Did they? That Marauder's in pretty bad condition, which is good to see. Quick Draw's taking way more chunks than I was expecting. Well, Elon had, for quite a long time, said, "Oh, I'm in favor of increasing legal immigration," which isn't great, obviously.
Engaging BattleTech.
Oh, what?
Reporting critical hit.
Yeah, I was never a fan of the trebuchet. To be honest, I was never a fan of the quick draw or the blackjack either. I'm just kind of saddled with the blackjack.
They've blown past my armor.
Yes, Commander.
Um, I was hoping I would be able to get out of their vision. I guess there's that. Yeah, he really got very, very emotional about it, didn't he? I'm guessing that a lot of money is riding on it for him. That's the only explanation I can come up with, is that doing something differently here is going to cost him a fucking fortune. He needs those cheap workers from India, basically. Oh, come on! How is this still on its feet? Can I take this out? Yes.
Enemy map destroyed.
These fucking grasshoppers, though. Ow. Yeah, the Marauder is a tank. Oh, fucking hell. At least that's down. They are running out of mechs. Ow!
Warning. Detecting mech warrior injuries.
Yeah, no kidding. Stop shooting at me. Shit, there goes my evasion. Right, guys. Screw it. Let's just finish him. He's trying to take out his leg. Oh, there we go. Clunk. Yeah, it's unusual for Elon to be this hostile. Ah, shit. Ah! Okay, we need to just fucking sprint. Actually, let's get the fuck away from the battle. Got a fucking Centurion as well. I didn't even see it. Fuck. This is going to be dicey. Well, the free speech stuff fucking evaporated really quickly, didn't it? You know, when he started deplatforming conservatives and demonetizing conservatives, like, oh, right, okay. So the left is still in control. Unpopular opinion, without the immigrants, without the leftists, most of us wouldn't have developed a love for our country and shared history. I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm not playing with any mods. Although I should. Hi, Jordan, how are you? Yeah, it's definitely brought the importance of it to the fore, but I don't think it's responsible for love of country. I mean, I guess we're just going to have to desperately try and take out these fucking grasshoppers. Ow. God, Grasshopper's like 70 tons, so it's just covered in armor. It's a nightmare. Right leg destroyed's a good start though. Yeah, well, that's the thing. His entire tech empire probably runs on the H-1B1 visas. Increasing legal immigration proportionally increases wealth. It's not just that as well. I remember someone basically was pointing out that if essentially like Tesla goes down, then Elon goes bankrupt, basically. And so you can, you know, like you can see there's a dramatic tension for Elon in all of this. Stop shooting my enforcer. This is indeed a very functional looking game, but that's because BattleTech has the mechanics to support such a thing. Most games don't have the mechanics to support the kind of game that this is. BattleTech's very, very... There we go. Fucking have it. Hunchbacks are alright. Hunchbacks are not actually that tough, so... See if we can fucking core him from the back. Come on. No. Yeah, so I suspect that basically a lot of Elon's money is dependent on this, which is why he is acting out in this way. I mean, you don't go to total war unless your entire business model is under threat, basically. There's just no need. Get in. Stop getting me.
Damn it. I'm wounded.
Yes, fucking have it. Problem is, Trump probably sees no problem with the visas, but on both sides of the Atlantic, with 3 elections, voting is this very thing. Well, America's a much bigger place than England and Canada as well. However, they are gonna get the same experience. They're gonna learn the hard way. Shit, I'm out of AC5 ammo. Let's see if we can get through that torso. New. Oh, we destroyed a heatsink. Yeah. I mean, the H-1B visas are a smaller issue than other issues that America has, obviously. You know, as these things go. Like, because it's only in the tens of thousands, as I understand it, like 60, 70,000, something like that. So it's not that many, but they're the jobs at the companies you want to be in. Well, you can still probably deport loads and loads of illegals, so there is that. Finish him off. Or don't. Yeah, it's the prestige of the companies, right? You know, like why isn't SpaceX and Tesla full of Americans?
All weapons committed. Enemy mech destroyed.
But on the plus side, they could deport millions of illegals, and that would solve a lot of problems for other people. So that's good. You know, that would solve a lot of the problems.
Ready for orders.
At least make things less unbearable.
Good to go.
Thankfully, the Centurion isn't nearly as tough.
Waiting for orders. Coordinates received.
Full throttle.
Yeah, positions at companies are important, you know. And it's people's future going up, you know, where they move up into places. You know, these things matter. Oh, this coil's fucking great.
Enemy mech. Critical damage detected.
What's the name of the BattleTech mod I should try out?
Commander.
Right, let me Google it.
Good to go. Roger. Receiving you. Moving out.
Finally! Fucking hell! That was a stressful battle.
Mission successful.
Part of a grasshopper or part of a marauder? I think I'll go for the grasshopper. Do like me grasshoppers. Right, I've just downloaded that. Ryan says, we made it to the moon with Americans and 1,500 Nazis. We don't need to import Calcutta every 20 years. Oh, fight Operation Paperclip Square and Roll. Well, that's the thing, isn't it? This isn't about getting to the moon. But we've got some money now, so that's good. Or refit the assassin. What do I have to refit? Oh. Yeah, but what did I actually lose? Some jump jets. In fact, do I even use the jump jets? Not really. I'd rather him have armor. Oh, Jesus Christ, look at that leg armor. Right. I'm just gonna save and exit quickly and install this mod. So, just want to see how it is. I'll stay here and talk. Okay. Right, so that's... Okay. Okay. See how long that takes. Thoughts on Starmoras and the Quangos, how to grow the economy? I know! It's like, what the fuck is happening, bro? I just retweeted it with a picture of Malay with the chainsaw. Let's have a quick look at that. I saw the headline and thought, fucking idiot. Let's have a look at what the BBC have said about it, right? Again, just fucking... Right, so the BBC article here. Starmoras UK regulators for ideas to boost growth. Why are you asking the fucking problem? It's like, guys, I know you're a massive millstone around the country's neck. How could we make things better? And we're like, well, we need a bigger millstone, obviously. Duh, right? So, he's contacted watchdogs, including energy regulator Ofgem and water regulator Ofwat, before Christmas, submit proposals for mid-January, because, of course, the UK economy has flatlined ever since he came into power. Shadow Business Secretary Andrew Griffiths said, all you need to know about Sir Keir's government is claiming to beg his own government to create growth after their budget. Yep, shit. The letter was sent to the Environmental Agency, the Financial Conduct Authority, and healthcare regulators, was first reported by Sky News. Why wouldn't you ask business? Why wouldn't you ask the people whose job it is to make the money? Like, it's literally their job to make money. You're like, yeah, I'm not interested in their fucking opinion. Those people are scum, capitalists, poor. Right? Signed by Rachel Reeves and Jonathan Reynolds, believe collaboration to be essential to ensure regulated more growth, pro-investment. No one wants to invest. No, it's not going to grow. We have the problem is tax burden. That's the fucking problem, and that's literally all that can be said. So just if you lower taxes, you'll make it an appealing place to come to. It's literally that simple. There's nothing else you can do, as far as I'm aware. And the thing is, why would there be? Like, it's literally just, I want it so that business can come here and make loads of money. It's like, okay, well, then you can't steal half of it. Like, why would anyone want to set up a business where they're working for fucking free for half of the year? You fucking bandits. You absolute fucking bandits. This letter is evidence that Sir Keir wants to pull every possible governmental lever to make sure arm's-length bodies like regulators and government departments prioritise helping Labour's mission of achieving the highest sustained economic growth in the G7. You know, they would need to essentially just delete themselves, right? That's the thing that would really help. Just embarrassing. Absolutely embarrassing. 3,000 fucking comments on it. Let's have a look. Well, yeah. People call them liars. "14 years of planning and still absolutely clueless." Definitely true. How about reversing the 25 billion tax increase, which no one knew about before the election? Yeah, that would be one thing to do. But we're totally fucked, so... He's not going to do that. One guy... So he thinks economic growth comes from utility providers. So, yeah. And not even utility providers, right? He thinks economic growth comes from the regulator of utility providers. Preposterous. Fucking preposterous. Brendan says, a smarter Labour government would just copy Malay and call it bottom-up, quasi-syndicalist, worker-driven economy to fight the capitalists. Yeah, but remember, our government is being run by literal clods. People, clods of earth between their fucking ears. Actual morons. People who are genuinely thick. So, don't expect them to do anything that's any good. I mean, I guess the reason the BBC put replies on this, put comments on this, is because they don't like Keir Starmer anymore, I suppose. They don't normally have comments on their articles. I mean, yeah. Keir Starmer is definitely a Fabian. Like, there's no question about it, right? Yeah, how many more barbershops will increase the GDP? Like, it's unbelievable. There have got to be about 12 on the main high street of Swindon. Like the sort of the main shopping area of Swindon now. It's fucking preposterous. Like, I just, and obviously there's, half a dozen vape shops, and it's just like, okay. This is all our economy is now. everyone working. Yeah, I know, they do a lot of grooming, Sauron. They do a lot of grooming. It's just weirdly they all only take cash as well. That's weird, isn't it? Yeah, the only shops to survive the lockdowns, right? Vape shops and barber shops. Oh, what the fucking odds? They're always empty. They never seem to shift any stock in the vape shops. Fucking hell, man. Matthew says, H-1B visa holders replacing US workers, Indian caste systems, and US companies, and depressed wages. So that's many US students avoiding STEM fields. Yeah, I bet. Like, you see anecdotal accounts all the time of just like, well, I'm a white guy in tech, and I just can't get a job. I've got all these qualifications. Don't know why I can't get a job. Basically, you're just going to have to start inventing stuff. You're going to have to start programming apps. Like, if anyone's a programmer and you want some ideas, I got loads of fucking ideas. No, Prince William's probably just as woke as his dad. There's no helpers coming from the monarchy. Yeah, I'm an unemployed systems engineer. It's awful trying to find anything right now. Everyone in tech has been laid off is competing with you. Yeah. Yeah, I'm just downloading the mod because I thought, fuck it, I want to give it a go. Everyone keeps going on about it. I want to be able to get the clan tech. The, endosteel, ferrofibrous, that sort of stuff. But, yeah, no, it's totally shit. Everyone's being totally taken for a ride, basically. And it's like, oh, great. Again, like, this just isn't... These aren't the foundations you would install if you were looking to build a successful civilization, right? This is just not the way you would go about improving a country. Like, if your job was like, oh, I've got to make this country a great country, you wouldn't do it in the way that it's being done. It's just not how it's done. No one thinks this is how it's done. Keir's made the same mistake as Biden and thought the civil service would be his friend. But they're like a psychopathic schizophrenic. They can't make friends. Yeah, probably. Like they're so self-interested that there's no reasoning with them. You know what I mean? Like there's no point trying to reason with them. The civil service is kind of like a Terminator in that way. It's just not worth trying and it won't work. So give it up. What you should be trying to do is limit its power and influence. That's the only worthwhile thing you can do is make sure it can't do that much damage. It's the only good thing you can do with the civil service. And don't get me wrong, like Elon may have a very bad take on the H1 visas, but he doesn't have a bad take on everything. He's got a lot of good takes on a lot of things that are important. So, if we're lucky, he'll do at least some good. Better than the alternative. Like, I want my American friends to succeed, because we're not going to succeed. Our government is just dead set against us succeeding. Someone the other day, I can't remember who it was, but I can't remember what I was talking about either. But they were like, look, whenever an Anglo is about to embrace his destiny and start feeling his own power, he'll find no more inveterate opponent than the UK Conservative Party and the British government. It's like, that's so true. That's so fucking true. Conquer continents apart from the Conservative Party, if it wasn't for them. They just step in, not on our fucking watch. It's brilliant. The UK government's arrived. Yeah, the mod's updating at the moment. It shouldn't take too long. I'm happy to just talk about whatever. Yeah, it's just why not? Why not just why don't we just live in a giant shithole? Right? Is literally the British government, in their opinion. It's like, look, we could just live in a shithole. It's like, yeah, I suppose. That is the easiest option, isn't it? Just live in a shithole. Just live in a shithole, bro. So yeah, good point. Why don't we? Eh? Why indeed? Why don't I just want to pass a shithole down to my children? '90s tech companies that Elon grew up in are not there. He's like, the boomers are saying, my day I could work summers and pay for college. Yeah, I know. I'm sure he knows a lot about what he's talking about and all that sort of shit. But like, he also doesn't know a lot of stuff. And that's what all the MAGA types are trying to say. It's like, look, our prospects have evaporated. We cannot get employment. The world is looking darker and more grim for us. We are feeling dispossessed. And we don't know if there's no light on the horizon for us. And Elon's like, okay, well, I'm the richest man in the world and I've got a bunch of companies to run. It's like, right, okay. That doesn't help. We would happily work at your companies if you just hire us, Elon. You know what I mean? Like, we're right here. And his response is like, look, just open a school. We'll learn the shit. It's like, no, we've already lost if you need a school. It's like, how the fuck did they learn these things, Elon? Like these amazing Indian tech geniuses that you're lauding. There's no way everyone's like, oh yeah, those Indian fucking universities, 10 times better than MIT or anything that fucking America's got. Obviously, duh. Way better. Which is why all the Americans go to India to study. It's just not fucking true, obviously. So it's like, why is this happening, man? And it's just got to be cheap labour. It's got to be that. Elon's got a bunch of businesses to run. Needs those cheap workers. Shut the fuck up and go collect your welfare check. Be thankful you're even getting that. That's what all of this basically boils down to, I think. Yeah. Yeah. It's all about cheap labour. You ain't cheap. Other people, they're fucking cheap. Why aren't you cheap? Until you're willing to... And again, you've got to compete against literally the entire world for these jobs. How's that fucking fair? It's crazy. I saw a tweet. It was like, look, the more you think about it, the more enraging it is. Because it's so unfair. And it's like, yeah. Like, why should you be expected to compete with foreigners in your own country? Is competing with your own countrymen not enough? Nope. Yeah, trade skills are a good thing to have. And I definitely endorse you getting them. But we can't all be fucking tradesmen. Yeah, he's been very disappointing recently. But the thing to remember is that no one's coming to save us. I mean, you take that lesson to heart. No one is coming to fucking save us. There is no one who can come and save us. Elon wants rising domestic birth rates. Ha ha ha. Yeah, I know. Okay, yeah, I agree, Elon. We need rising domestic birth rates. Making it basically impossible to live isn't how that happens. Like, we don't, it's going to be a hard sell just doing anything, frankly. But if you want people to have kids, then they need jobs, bro. People aren't going to consciously start families without having a job. The thing is, I don't even agree with that perspective. I'm like, you're being way too serious, Like, loads of poor people have really big families. You'll be fine. That's just not the mindset. People have a particular view of what they expect. If they can't get it, they won't do it. It's like, well, I'll get the Indians then. So, okay, great. Elon wants the imported workers to have lots of kids. Americans have built the country, compound sad. Yeah, well, they do have lots of kids. Do you have lots of kids? No. Elon needs those cheap workers, bro. Well, I think the thing that annoyed me about the Elon thing is not even necessarily his position. It's more the complete lack of empathy. It's like you can't feel even slightly sorry for these folks, Elon. It's like, no, fuck your face. It's like, oh, okay, thanks, Elon. Absolutely no sympathy whatsoever. I see. Just did it have to be quite so aggressive? It's just really wild, isn't it? He came across as very strange, very highly strung on it, very highly strung. So all I can assume is that he has a lot of money to lose and needs those workers. I mean, otherwise, why would he be so upset about it? I can't see any reason why you'd be so fucking stressed about it if you didn't have billions on the line, right? Well, I don't think this is about profit margins. I get the feeling this is about the long-term viability of his own businesses. I think he thinks his businesses will go under if he has to pay Americans what they're worth. I genuinely think that's what the issue is for him. God, this is taking ages, isn't it? Um, is Elon containment of nationalism? Well, yeah, he's a globalist. Like that is something that's become very clear in the past couple of days. So, oh right, Elon is just a common or garden variety globalist, just the kind of globalist who likes the United States as a concept, obviously, rather than hates it. And so, oh right, okay, that's interesting because we used to the globalists who hate the United States. But Elon's like, no, I should be able to essentially bring the United States anywhere, and so like anyone is an American, really. So, oh right, okay, that's how that works. Essentially, anyone is an American. So all of these, anyone is just as good as anyone else when it comes to being a worker in America. The idea, and oh man, I tell you what, it's been really fucking one thing that's really fucking frustrated me is people being like, oh yeah, Americans are lazy. It's like, dude, Americans are not fucking lazy. I know loads of Americans, and they are not lazy at all. And none of the Anglo nations are fucking lazy. That's just like we're all Protestants for fuck's sake. That's such a preposterous line of attack. That's so obviously not true. It's like no, we're being deliberately held back. Remember. By our own governments, by our own institutions. As always. He probably sees India differently to the way we see it. A country with the people of infinite potential and speak his language but not our language. Well, I think he's thinking of them financially, frankly. They're just people like anyone else. All people are basically the same, and these people are cheap. So, fuck off, you racists. Basically, is essentially the position he has put forward on Twitter. It's like, oh, okay. Well, let's see how that works out for you, I suppose. It's like someone said earlier. How much innovation has Microsoft done recently? We'll see if all things are equal. Like, there's not going to be any making excuses when it comes down to that sort of thing. So we'll see. We'll fucking see. Oh my god, this is taking ages. Sorry guys, I didn't think this was going to take this long. I'm painting a Terminator. I'd put the camera on, but I actually don't have it plugged in at the moment. Samson at work got the Invasion box set, and he wants the Tyranids in it. And so I said, oh, well, how much is it? He's like, 50 quid, 100 quid. And I was like, okay, well, I'll take the Space Marines off your hands for 50. And then you haven't lost anything. I've got myself a bunch of Space Marines. And so I've got the new Terminator sculpts, the true scale Terminators, which I didn't have before. I've got to say, I really like them. They're really, really nice sculpts. Really nice models. Even though they're monopose, they're still really, really pretty. And they're a genuine pleasure to paint. So I'm just knocking those up at the moment. I'm not going to do a video on them because they're just Terminators. They're not that exciting, really. Well, I can see that it's a collection of mods now, can't I? Fucking see that. To be fair, you guys did warn me in advance. I thought, what do you know? What does the collective wisdom of crowds know about something that they've done and I haven't? What could they possibly know that I don't? I'm the YouTuber here, damn it. Brendan says, the problem is I think the racist argument has died now. They put the meaning of that word on the pot on November the 5th and lost it. Yeah, Elon's been, calling people racists on Twitter, and it's like no one seems to care. Like it doesn't have bite when Elon does it, unlike when the left does it. And the left bit far too much, far too frequently. And everyone's like, look, we don't care. Like, fair play to them, to be honest. It's like, it was literally just being used as an excuse not to engage with any of the issues that people raised. That's all it was for. A way to get you to shut up and accept what they're going to, the plans it is. For all his IQ, an oligarch like Elon can really understand the notion. Can an oligarch like Elon really understand the notion of an ethnic home? He has no community. He's basically a nomad with a private jet. Yeah, this is an interesting point that I don't really see anyone saying and talking about. It's like, well, Elon's an immigrant. Like, why would he not view the United States as just a part, a way station in the global network of airports? Why wouldn't he do that? Why would he feel attached to the American people? There's no real reason. He ought to. Like, he put out a tweet saying, look, the only reason I'm in America is because of H1B. I'm like, oh, right. So it's not the only reason I am an American. It's because of H1B. It's the reason I am in America. I and Americans are two separate categories to Elon there. Very interesting. Can't read out some of those comments. But yeah, so Twitter's been cancerous recently. Well, thank you, Philly Fresh. I'm glad you're enjoying this black screen event. I'm sure that it'll be good when it's done. But until then, you're just going to have to enjoy this most high-tech of black screens. Fuck. I hate it when I find a bit that's black still and I haven't painted it. I'm like, ah, shit. So now I've got to work up the fade from nothing. It's very annoying. I tell you what, people like Kyle Kalinske are having a fucking field day with this Elon stuff. A great fucking time. It's been like, ha! The billionaire oligarch has betrayed you! Ha! So yeah, thanks, Kyle. Ha! You should have let us just destroy America instead. It's like, okay, no, Kyle, calm down. You know, I mean, if someone has to destroy the West, I'd rather it be Elon Musk. Like, it's not great. I'm not happy with the destruction of the West, obviously. But I'm glad it's not the left destroying us. Because, I mean, like, at least Elon doesn't seem to hate the United States as an abstract notion. Whereas, they hate the people, obviously. And Elon clearly doesn't like the people that much. But they hate the notion, they hate the people, they hate everything about it. And it's like, okay, well, we've got a slightly less vengeful version of globalism in charge, which has got to be better than having the ultra vengeful version. Right? Small consolation, but could be worse, I think. So I pointed out that, look, basically it's just globalists, everyone versus globalists all the time. And someone's like, Elon's not a globalist. He just wants to bring, like, all of the rest of the world to live in America. It's like, sorry, how's that not globalism? Sounds a lot like fucking globalism to me, bro. I guess the question is, what can Steve Bannon achieve? Because Bannon just came out against this fucking hard instantly. So we're not letting the tech bros take over the fucking immigration policy. Unfortunately, though, Trump's been like, oh yeah, no, I support H1B. Oh, fuck's sake, Trump. No, you were meant to come and put him in his place. A lot of my businesses use it. So, oh, right, best and brightest, is it? Fucking pool boys in fucking Mar-a-Lago. Cheap foreign workers. That's all this is about. Worth a buy streams. Does he do blank streams, does he? I like that guy. I haven't seen anything by him in a while, actually. I'm going to have to look up his channel. This is one of the problems with YouTube's like algorithmic setting. Is that it decides essentially, well, you didn't click on that guy for a couple of weeks. I won't show you it. It's like, okay, but maybe I was busy. Maybe I was watching something else. That doesn't mean I don't ever want to see this guy again. It's meant for that period of time, I was interested in watching something else. Or maybe he was covering some games I wasn't interested in. Which is totally fine, totally his prerogative. I don't begrudge him it at all. Why are you screwing him in my fucking algorithm, YouTube? It's ironic that Elon is the AI and robots will replace this guy, but also dedicated to cheap labor. Well, yeah, I'm sure he's just trying to get the AI up and running, right? I just need these Indians until Grok can just take everything off my hands. Provide maximal return to the shareholders. And then basically I never have to have a conversation with anyone ever again. So he does spend a weird amount of time every day tweeting, though. Doesn't he? Like, I don't spend nearly as much time on Twitter as Elon does. Like, I saw a bunch of leftists being like, yeah, he's obviously basically addicted to Twitter and has been kind of radicalized by it. And it's like, yeah, starting to concur on that. And that's probably what has happened. And so when like large numbers of people started race showing him, man, you see he's lost his shit, and it's like, right, this is excessively online syndrome here. Like, you need to take a break from Twitter, Elon. Not even joking, buddy. I mean, you know, this is coming from a sincere well-wisher who has spent many years supporting you. You need to take a break. You're being mad on the internet, and it's not looking good. Trump hasn't said anything about this on Truth. No, apparently he did an interview with New York Post. How reliable this is, I do not know. So, I mean, Razor Fist was like, don't take that as, you know, gospel yet. Keep your powder dry. And I was like, good point, to be honest. Razor Fist has a lot of good interventions. I like the guy. What I like about him as well is we can have like reasonable disagreements on Twitter over like ideology and stuff like that. And it doesn't devolve in shouting. He makes his point, I make my point. Everything seems cool. I expected to be able to do that with James Lindsay at one point. And then he just started spurging. And I know why as well. It's because he literally can't defend liberalism. He just can't do it. The critique I'm levelling at it is just incisive. And I know it and he knows it. And so he just has to kind of stigmatize and otherize. Oh, these people are bad. See the fucking... He put a thread today. Oh, look at Stalin's definition of a nation. It's like, James, that's just a normal academic definition of what a nation is. Like, you know, Stalin didn't coin this. It's just an accurate description of what a nation is. It's like, well, this is nationalism. Everyone's basically a Stalinist. It's like, Stalin wasn't a fucking nationalist, James. You said that Francis Fukuyama wasn't a liberal the other day. It's like, what the fuck are you on about? He's one of the go-to people you use as a... Well, not you personally, but people, you know, use as a reference for the archetypal liberal. You know, his book was literally called fucking End of History and the Last Man, because he was like, oh yeah, look, liberalism's won, guys, we've done it. Like, honestly, it's just fucking bonkers. The knots he has to tie himself into. Try and avoid the self-evident failures of liberalism. This is still fucking going. I can't believe it. Sorry, everyone. I honestly didn't think this would be going for so long. On the plus side, though, I'm getting good work done on these Terminators. I should just go and get the fucking camera. Hang on, I'm going to go get the camera. Hang on. Means I've got to move a bunch of shit. Give me a second. I'll be back. Okay, let's see if I can get this working. Shit. Keep yourselves amused, chat. Talk amongst yourselves. You know what? I got a pipe to see what it was like. I didn't like it. Text from Black Pants Legion. I've no idea who that is. Right, can you see that? Well, hello. So here's the Terminator that I'm working on. Yeah, I don't know who Tex from Black Pants Legion is, I'm afraid. So, yeah, no, I'm not. My desk is always messy. I'm not gonna lie. Oh, fuck's sake! I tell you, it's such a pain in the ass. There we go. So I normally turn it to this manual focus, and fuck around with it. I'm not going to be getting the new Krieg guys because I'm not an Imperial Guard player. I'm glad for the Imperial Guard players who are getting the things they want, though. That's cool. I like it when people get what they want. Hopefully the new Krieg miniatures are nice. Fuck. There's nothing wrong with Imperial Guard or anything like that. I'm just, we've got the entire galaxy full of crazy stuff you can be. I want to be the crazy stuff, man. I don't really want the Imperial Guard. But it's not like I said, there's nothing wrong with them. I think it's cool that other people play them. I'm glad other people are playing them and stuff like that. It's not for me. I like small elite forces. I tell you what, like the other day, someone was recommending, or a bunch of people were recommending, the Ultra Matte Varnish from AK to deal with the problem. So I got some. It arrived today. I tried it out. Holy shit, it's good. It is so good. It's the most matte thing I've ever seen. I love it. Absolutely love it. James says, explains liberalism, academic theory, can't explain how liberalism allows globalist and communist theory to control and liberalism and banner. James doesn't explain liberalism through academic theory. If he did, he wouldn't have been so caught off guard when I had a chat with him on Benjamin Boyce's channel. He was totally caught off guard. I was like, look, basically like the origin story that liberalism tells itself is bollocks. And so the values that it sets become nonsensical. And James was really upset. And so he can attack leftism all he wants, and he can sit there and go, oh, well, you know, this genealogy. Look at Stalin's definition of nationalism, blah, blah, blah. It's like, okay. But none of it will save liberalism, James. You're just hoping to be the default alternative. It's not really good enough, is it? Is it good? Is that... Oh, we're just going to get default alternative, are we? Okay, yeah, great. See, with me doing this live, you can get to see all the mistakes I fucking make. To be fair, with these Terminators, I'm not doing like the job I would do normally for like a video. I'm doing them just so they look all right on the tabletop. Like, I should spend a lot of time glazing them and things like that, but I've got 5 of them to do. I don't really want to spend all that time glazing them. Because I also have the Space Marine Terminator Captain, and he's the one I'm going to spend all the time on. But I want him to have a nice little squad to go with him. And so I'm just doing the basics of these. I mean, they should still look quite nice. Especially when they're on the tabletop. Whenever any of these things are viewed at a distance, they always look better. Well, the thing about meritocracy is you've kind of got to explain why the United States is a meritocracy. And the left have spent the last decade or so making it not a meritocracy. And those things are still in place. So it's like, okay, but Trump isn't in charge. He hasn't undone any of the anti-meritocratic things. There's still a huge amount of just overt discrimination against straight white men. Like, you know, you can't reasonably call what's happening at the moment meritocratic. Same in Britain, same in Canada. Like, you know, so yeah, I'm for meritocracy. But even then, does meritocracy mean the entire world? Well, if you're a globalist, I guess it does, but I'm not a globalist. You know, I think that actually the only people who have a claim to work in the United States are Americans. And that's going to sound really old hat. But actually, I don't think non-Americans have a rights claim to America. I mean, this is very archaic stuff I'm bringing out. I'm going to start referring back to the Treaty of Westphalia. But the thing is, as well, like, okay, well, let's assume we are talking globally. Well, why is it that these countries don't get to have, like, what we've done is we've said, no, your men and materiel are free for us to conscript because we have a greater resource pool than you. It's like, okay, but do we agree to that? It's kind of a neo-colonialist attitude. Like, who agreed to that? Like, is there a summit that I'm not aware of? Surely that's the sort of thing that could be discussed in advance. And notice how we haven't heard from Trump or JD Vance on this properly yet. Well, I'm surprised JD Vance would be signing off on something like that, right? I mean, he actively campaigned against it. Like, Trump's campaign was unabashedly nativist. So to have Elon being like, yeah, okay, but not for me in the tech sector. So, okay. American jobs for American workers, but not these decent high-paying jobs. American garbage men. Well, the thing is, right? There's pretty strong argument that can be made that there's no such that there's never anything that's not a meritocracy. It's just the question of what is meritorious is at issue, right? So, like, if you're like in a feudal lord or something, and you conquer a province, then part of the question of who you're going to put in charge of it is a question of loyalty. And so the person with the most merit in that regard might be your brother or your son. And so, you know, if someone doesn't have that level of loyalty, well, then they are deficient in merit. In a very literal and tangible way. There are lots of things like Elon might literally be thinking, well, those people want twice as much as the Indian engineers, so they are deficient in merit. Like, I don't know what colour I'm going to paint the helmets for these. I haven't painted the helmets at all because I assumed I was going to paint them different colour. Any ideas? Something that was quite striking and contrasting would be good. Yeah, I painted the chaplain's helmet white, so I don't actually want to do their helmets white as well. Yeah, I could do white as a nod to the Deathwing. Yeah, basically, I am going to be running these as Dark Angels. I just really like the green on the Terminators. I don't like painting the bone white. Could do bone white. Best thing about this debate is turn the Vorshite left into the neocons we always knew they were. Destiny unironically praising GWB George Bush Senior, George W. Bush speeches. Well, fucking. Of course he is. Of course he is. But yeah, I mean, people like, oh my god, how has this civil war erupted? It's like, well, this was kind of inevitable, right? When a coalition comes together to defeat an enemy, when that enemy is defeated, things have to be settled. And that's what's happening now. So don't be surprised that this has come to the fore, and don't be discouraged. So this is like the opening skirmish. And Elon has not covered himself in glory here. And he hasn't made any friends. Elon's just lost a lot of friends recently. And the thing is, the kind of truth of the proposition that he's facing hasn't been undermined. Of course, American jobs should go to American workers. Duh. Like, that's still not... Like, he's not made an argument as to why they shouldn't. Right? And so, I don't think this war is over at all. What do you think, guys? How's he looking? God, this is still fucking stalling. Yeah, dark red would be good, but it's a bit easy. You know, it's like feels like a cop out. I think I'll probably take the advice and go for the Deathwing color helmet. I think that would look good. I think you are right there, chat. Yeah, the sort of the bone white color. It's probably gonna have to be. But you can see how like quickly I'm getting these layers done. I'm literally just doing that, layering it, and then I'm not going to do any glazing. Can't be bothered. The thing is, as when the layers are on, they look fine. You know, they look good. You can't really, you can tell, but like when you're just seeing them on the table or whatever, you don't notice. Tourism Island ad. Well, you know, visit Ireland. It's becoming diversified. Visit Ireland, get the England experience. Nothing new under the sun. It's incredible how everyone's getting exactly the same problems all at once. So, like, you know, if you didn't have the World Economic Forum, so basically, like, you know, just be like, yeah, so we're all going to do the same thing and turn the West to absolute shit. You'd be able to surmise it from the fact that everyone is getting exactly the same problems. And the funny thing about it is, just nowhere is this working out. Like, nowhere in the world is, like, diversity and multiculturalism actually succeeding. You know, nowhere are these people contributing to the GDP. You know, I just obviously that doesn't work. Why would you fucking think that works? Okay, that'll do. Oh my god, 209 out of 920 for cab tank caches. Chat, how much longer is that going to be? half yellow, half checkerboard black. Fuck off. That'd take ages. No, Poland is going in the same direction, man. Poland is going in the same direction. So do not for a second think that that's the case. Fuck it, I probably won't be playing this tonight. Jesus. So I'm doing these three. I'm doing a batch of 3. My next one is the captain. It's a great model. I mean, look at this fucking model. Absolute beauty. These true scale Terminators are great. It's fucking colossal. Say what you want about GW, man, but they're at the top of their game. All of these just look so good. I'll probably do his helmet in red. Although saying that, what colour eyes am I going to do them? Can't do his helmet in red. Yeah, the thing is about... Yeah, I've seen the secret level thing. Elon simps for clans. Well, that's disgusting. I saw the secret level thing. Yeah, it was good. I did a video on it. Saying about like how I like the fact that 40k is going to strange and interesting places, because they've got to the point now where the Space Marines are basically unbeatable, right? In the sort of cinematic universe. It's like, yeah, Space Marines, they just wreck everything. It's like, yeah, I guess they do. So what now? You know, it's the Superman problem. How do you tell an interesting story? Well, you've either got to keep inventing enemies who are like physically the equal of Superman, which starts getting fucking preposterous. Sorry, is the galaxy really filled with these fucking dudes who can beat up Superman in a fight? Or you've got to start doing psychological things. And so that's what they've been doing with the Space Marines. Which is fine, you know, which is interesting. Gives them a cool place to go to. I like them having good places to go to. But what happened with the Astartes guy? Did they end up firing him in the end or something? But I heard they fired him, but he worked on the secret level episode. So I have no idea what's actually happening. Yeah, super soldiers. What did you guys think of the Fulgrim reveal? I didn't mind it. It was alright. Like, you know, I didn't love it or hate it. It was fine. I watched the Outer Circles video on it, and he's like, well, I preferred the scales, but it's not bad. And I basically agreed. Like, you know, the fleshy... But it's not terrible, though, you know. Like, it at least looks unsettling in a way. So it's like, okay, well, that's fine. You know, I don't, like I said, I don't mind. It was okay. Though, you know, I'd be interested in getting you know, I'd get models that are particularly good just to paint them, like I did the Slanesh Noise Marine, which came out better than I'd anticipated, to be honest. But I just looked at the foreground and was like, nah, I'm not really interested in getting it, you know? Didn't blow me away, didn't wow me. Didn't make me just, you know, long to paint the fucking thing. And if it's not making me long to paint it, then it can't be that great. The Astartes guy got sacked and went to work for Blur? Who the fuck's Blur? Why the fuck would they sack him as well? How many armies? I got 3 armies. I got Space Marines, Thousand Suns, and Eldar. Oh, Blur made secret level, right? That's why he worked on it. Right, okay. That explains that then. Why would they sack him though? Like, why wouldn't they just be like, look, here's money, here's a team. We'll just sit in a dark room for like a year or however long it takes. Just make us Astartes. Here are the resources that you need. Just get it done. Yeah. Like, do you want creative control? No, why would you need creative control? Just do what you were fucking doing. Do what you were fucking doing to make everyone love the product like everyone loved what you made. That's literally all they needed to do. Oh, fuck this up royally. It's literally all they needed to do. Why wouldn't they do that? That's what I would have done. To be fair, though, I suspect I might be a better manager than the head dipshits at Games Workshop. And if Games Workshop doubts that, give me a project. Right, basically saved with a bit of wet blending. Yeah, I know. GW is just so mental. I don't know why you would spend all of this time attacking your own fan base, right? CB upgrades failed? Fuck! What? Fuck. What the fuck is the problem? Didn't they say they're working on the Starter 2? I don't know if they are. Like, I'm not aware of it if they are. It seems my fucking chat has crashed again. There we go. Yeah, I can't believe they threatened the Emperor's text-to-speech device. Like, because I mean, he could quite easily have just come out and been like, "No, I'll take you to court. This is parody. This is totally protected. I've got every right to create parodies of you." He could absolutely have done that. And he would have easily won it as well. Like it would have been an open and shut case. You know, with someone with some experience in these fields, with copyright law. I'm just saying, he could quite easily have just went, "No, take me to court, twats." Obviously, this is parody, which is protected under the law in both Britain and the United States. So, fuck off. But they literally just get away with it, relying on the fact that he's just a single dude who has no particular intent and knowledge of the law, has never spoken to a lawyer, doesn't want to get involved in an extended lawsuit that will cost money. And so he's just like, "Oh, I'll just shut my fucking channel down then, will I?" What happened to that guy afterwards, by the way? Now, what's he doing now? What time do I wake up? Oh, I think my chat's broken again. Well, usually not that early, but usually about 8 o'clock, something like that. Early enough, but I mean, like, you know, I'm not at work tomorrow, so hopefully I'll get a line. I'm not that optimistic about getting a line, but it's not like I'm doing anything tomorrow, so you know. My son's got bikes for Christmas. Santa brought them both bikes, and it's my 4-year-old's like first proper bike, and he's really enjoying it. Yeah, he really is enjoying riding around on his little stabilizers and having a good time. So I'll probably take him to the park again tomorrow. Can we get to the park? Can we get to the park? Yes, alright, so we get to the park because it's free. Can indeed go to the park. What is going on with my browser? Sorry, chat, I can't see anything. Because I assume I'm still live on YouTube because it's fucking broken on the back end. Browser isn't even loading. So I probably am going to have to knock on the head anyway. What is going on, YouTube? Just have to reload it completely. Elon's mad. Why? What's he done now? So look. He's retweeting Ian Miles Chung. It is interesting how like an immigrant goes to America and essentially disenfranchises the Americans. I mean, is there really such a dearth of talented American engineers? What is this fucking? Okay, why did this? Yeah, I might find install BTA Lite. I'll try that. Oh man, this is pissing me off. I'm excited about this mod now. And now I can't fucking. Am I familiar with the term rootless cosmopolitan? Yes, I am. Yeah, now I can't get this fucking mod working. Now I'm trying to. Pissed off. You know, I always wondered like what having 200 million followers does to a person. Probably makes them very highly strung. Like, you know, it's not normal or probably even desirable to be in the position Elon's in. I don't think I'd like to have 200 million followers. Seems like it come with a lot of stress. Like, it's stressful enough having the number I've got. Right? You know, like. But Elon has just got so many eyes on him at all times. Can't be healthy. Like, Elon, I mean, like, emperors were never put under the level of scrutiny that Elon's put under. But at his height, the Roman Empire had something like 65 million people, which, don't get me wrong, is a lot. But it's not, 200 million, and that's just on Twitter. Although I'm sure Elon doesn't use any other social media platforms. But still, you know what I mean? Like, it can't be good for a person's worldview. And what does it do for your sense of self? You know? Like, he's playing a very fucking high stakes game. Like, the highest stake game. So yeah, I've always been a bit like surprised that he keeps it together as much as he does, frankly. Having the odd meltdown is probably to be expected from someone in his position. I'm not trying to make excuses or anything. I just find it interesting that, you know, these things happen now. I mean, just nothing like this was ever possible. And now it's just normal. There are people out there with literally tens of millions. Like Andrew Tate's got like 10 million followers on Twitter. That is crazy. Like I said, I don't know. I don't think I'd want that level of fame, to be honest. So I'm quite happy with the level of fame that I've got at the moment. It means I get to have a decent life, and I, you know, get to talk to you guys. I get to actually, like, I know this isn't private, but you know what I mean? It feels quite private compared to like what's going on the main account. So I get to have like just chats with you guys. And you know, no one really notices. Whereas Elon can't do anything like that. Fuck, I'm not really doing a very good job on this one. Alright, I'm going to give it a call it a night, I think. Sorry about the BattleTech thing. I probably shouldn't have tried to update it. But at least you can see I am actually the one painting my models. It's not someone else doing it. So anyway, thanks for joining, folks. I'll probably be back tomorrow night. So see you then.